Because they have a report on the desk every Wednesday morning, 10 a.m, never missed a deadline in 3 years, and nobody's ever made a comment about the report, good, bad, or indifferent. To the point is, they don't even know whether you read it or not. So they may feel bad about themselves, they may feel bad about what they're being asked to do, or they may feel bad about you. If you're a member of the team, you know, that these people kind of pull up trees with their bare hands every day, swim the channel twice a week, do all kinds of incredible things, and you never actually point out and say to them, look, I'm so glad you were part of our team. You know, you're a fantastic individual to be in the team. I'm so proud to be associated with you. So they may feel bad about you because you never tell them how great they are. So there's 3 main reasons. And we've got to learn to manage ourselves and other people at that feelings and emotions level, because it's the most powerful element of what's driving our behaviour. It's the immediate driver of our behaviour. But there's a big problem with that, because what are we all conditioned to do with feelings and emotion? Especially in this country. We don't have any of that. Not only is this macho manufacturing, this is Britain. We don't have any of that. Stiff upper lip and all the rest of it. And I've got to tell you, that is subhuman. You cannot hide your feelings and emotions for long. You can hide them for a little while, but you can't hide them for long. Please don't be so naive to think anything different. This is like having a big dod of cream in a sandwich cake. If you've got a big dod of cream in the middle of a sandwich cake and they press the 2 ends together, what happens to the cream in the middle? Does it turn into antimatter, disappear out the universe? Not, right? It comes shooting out one side or the other. And it's exactly the same with us. It comes shooting out one side or the other. And once you learn this for yourselves, what's the best you could ever hope to do for yourself or for other people in terms of feelings and emotions if you can't hide them or suppress them? And it's surely got to be to channel and direct them. And unless you're really perverse, where would you want your feelings and emotions channeled and directed towards? The good side? Please? Right? Because look what you get out in terms of behaviour. Now, I did say, unless you're really perverse, you wouldn't believe the number of buggers I know who are really perverse, who think that putting themselves down all the time, putting the organisation down, putting everything down, the customers down and all, is somehow motivational. Right? And they wonder why they're wandering in the morning with a knuckle scraping on the ground, with a face like a with a face like a bare bum or whatever. Anyway, it's very difficult. I've been told not to kind of swear too much, and I can't help it because it just lends itself to it, really, doesn't it? Anyway, feelings and emotions. It's really important we understand we've got to manage ourselves on that basis, because those are the things that immediately drive our behaviour. Now, where do we get our feelings and emotions from? This will be fun. Here are these things, attitudes. Got to tell you, there is a load of nonsense talked about attitudes by lots of people. Not by us, incidentally, because I think we're the best in the world at understanding this. But, you know, but a lot of people think attitude, tiptoe through the tulips, you know, rose-tinted glasses. You know, attitude is not. Attitudes are so important because this is one of the very few points in our entire existence and our entire understanding of human behaviour and performance where we can begin to take control. Right? In fact, we don't just begin to take control. When you get good at understanding attitudes, you can begin to take complete control over all the circumstances and situations in our lives. I'm going to explain that in a minute. You need to ask you a question first of all. Right? Attitudes are contagious. Right? Is yours worth catching? Is it worth catching every second of every day? Because let me tell you, it rubs off on people like pollen rubs off on bees. And can I ask you something? Do you know people with negative attitudes? Yeah? What do they like to be around? People with negative... What do they do? People with negative attitudes. What do they do to other people? They pull them down. Do you know what they actually do? They steal your energy. And I've got to tell you, human beings give their energy up very easily to others. Right? And some people, their attitudes are so negative that when they walk in a room, like the lights dim. Right? Now, I've got to tell you, lights are a specialist subject, right? But there are some people who are so negative. Now, people with positive attitudes, you know people with positive attitudes? Because what do they like to be around? Because they're so refreshing to be around, because rather than sucking it out of you, somehow they kind of energise you and they give you loads. And you can be in the presence for a relatively short period of time, and it can last Well, it can last days, weeks, months, or even sometimes a lifetime. Now, this is so important. Now, to understand this properly, we need a good definition of an attitude. And the best definition of an attitude I've ever heard is this. An attitude is just simply an individual's chosen response to a given set of circumstances. An individual's chosen response to a given set of circumstances. Let me tell you something. We can't always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose our response to those circumstances. And also, I've got to tell you also, this